Since our view has an XIB file for as its visual view, what we need to do for it to work is to set up its initializers. So we are going to have some initializers which are required for it to work. So I'm going to say init, and the first one is init with rect, cg rect, and here I'm going to call my super view. We need super init with the frame, and we need the frame here, and the frame is going to be our frame here that we are passing. So we just call our super init first, and then we are going to call our main initializer, which we don't have yet, but we will do it just in a second. Then we have another required init. So if I say init, and we have our init with decoder, it says encoder and decoder, and again we are going to call our super view initializer with the decoder, and we just pass our decoder here. So our super view is initialized as well. And in both cases, in both initializers, we are going to call our own initializer. So I'm going to put it down here and call this private init, actually private func main init, and this will be our initializer for our view. So now we can call this function in both our initializers which are provided to our view. And inside our main initializer, let me just also put a mark here, init. So this is our initializers. So in our main initializer, we are going to set up our view. So how this gonna look. When we are using a storyboard, this is done automatically for us, but since we are using a XIB file, we need to do this manually. So what we want to do here is to access our bundle, which is our application bundle. Then we access the main, and we need to load a XIB file, which is called a nib file. So we say dot load, and we have load nib named, and the name of our file is weather view xib. We don't need to specify the extension, so I'm going to just say weather view, and this is case sensitive, so make sure you have the exact same file name. You can copy and paste it if you want. The owner is going to be self, so our view is the owner, and options, we're not going to pass anything, so I just say nil. And once we get our nib initialized, the bundle, we can say add subview. So we need to add a subview to our view, and we add our main view, which, as you remember, this is our big view here. So all this big view is called our main view, and we have set our connection outlet. Oh my god, I have a typo here. So let's right click, and where is it? Refactor, rename, and let's call this main view. Hit enter, and just to make sure we don't have any errors, I'm going to select my top level here and see if I still have the connection. View, main view, files owner, and there is another view. This may be tricky, but all right, let's leave it as it is, and in case it crashes, we know where to look for. Okay, so what we need now is to add a subview to our main view, which is our bundle, and we are going to add this main view as subview of our view. So say main view. And then we need to set our main view's frame sizes. So I say main view dot frame. So we know how big is our main view. And this is going to be equals to self dot bounds, which means it's going to be equal to our screen size.
and then we say main view, and we're going to authorizing masks, and this is gonna be equals to, and this is taking an array, it's gonna be flexible height and flexible width, comma dot flexible width. And finally, we can set up our views, because we have a collection view, 2 of them, and we have a table view, and we need to set up all these. So let's create functions for each one so we can call them in our initializer. So we don't put all the code inside our main init, and we keep our code cleaner this way. So I'm going to start from, let's say, private func, and I'm going to call this setup table view. And the name is quite straightforward. We are going to set up our table view. And for our table view, again, we need to register a cell. For now, we don't have a cell created, but when you are using a storyboard, you can just get a table view here, drag and drop a cell there, and this will work straight away. But since in our table here, when we are using XIB, you don't have this drag and drop option for a cell, so you have to create a separate file and then register it with the table view, and only then you can use it. We are going to have the function name here, only the function created, and then we are going to, once we create our table view cells and collection view cells through our XIB files, we are gonna get them here and register them with our table view, so they will start working properly. The next function is going to be again private func, and we're going to set up Harley collection view. And the last one is gonna be private func setup, and this is gonna be info collection view. All right, so we have these 3 functions, and we can actually call them in our main init. So I'm going to say setup table view, setup Harley collection view, and setup info collection view. So this is what will happen in our main init. It will first initialize its view, set the size, and then it will set up our table view and our 2 collection views, which will just call these functions that we are going to do together later stage, once we finish designing the cells for each collection view and for each table. Actually, we have 1 table view, so it's 1 table.